Blue ball just spinning, spinning free, dizzy with eternity. Paint in the skin, the sky, brush in some clouds and seas. Call it home to you and me. A peaceful place, or so it looks from space. A closer look reveals the human race. Full of hope, full of grace is the human race, but afraid we may lay our own to waste. That's the beginning of a song called Throwing Stones by the Grateful Dead. Happen to be a Deadhead myself, so I throw in that as a personal friendship. Whenever I see a slide like that, I think of picturing that bright blue ball just spinning, spinning free. This part is about understanding the atmosphere and how the atmosphere works and how that relates to the warming of the planet. This slide shows you just how thin a layer the atmosphere really is. When you back up in space and put a telephoto lens on an edge of the Earth and the sun's just coming up, you can see the atmosphere is, here's the laser, is just this thick, but the surface of the Earth goes way out both ways. All right, so this is obviously not to scale, the sun and the Earth. The sun emits light, and the solar radiation from the light waves hits the Earth, warms up the Earth. But the Earth, when it emits its warmth, the warmth comes out as a different type of energy, infrared waves. Some of the infrared waves bounce back and are held in by the atmosphere, by the gases in the atmosphere. It's called the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect works in a greenhouse, but not everybody knows what a greenhouse is. That's where you grow plants indoors and keeps it warm. But everybody here, this is the greater LA area, probably knows what happens on a summer day when you leave your windows closed in your car and you get in. The energy has come in as light, it's warmed up your car. The warmth from within your car makes infrared waves which don't get through your glass as well, so your car just keeps getting hotter and hotter. And that's what's happening on a smaller scale to the Earth. Fortunately, the creator of the Earth left the window cranked down a little bit, but we're kind of plugging up the holes with our climate warming gases, and that's no good for us. All right, so you would think that the distance from the sun is going to be what determines how warm a planet is. But that's not the only thing. Another thing is how thick, how big the blanket of carbon dioxide and other climate warming gases, the gases that reflect back that infrared radiation is. So Venus is a lot hotter than Earth, but it is closer to the sun. So you're going to say, oh, okay, but how about Mercury? Do you think Mercury is hotter than Venus? The answer is no. Mercury is not hotter than Venus. It's a lot cooler than Venus. And that's largely because it has this thinner layer. If we get more carbon dioxide, methane, other climate warming gases in our atmosphere, we're going to warm up. Even though we're further away than these other planets, we're going to get closer in temperature to Venus. Not like hugely close, like 457 degrees C, which the Climate Reality Project likes to point out is hotter than the melting point of lead. I don't think we're going to be walking on molten lead, but we'll be getting hotter. Without moving closer to the sun. That's the key point there. All right, here's a little movie showing you about a 4-degree swing from the early 1900s, or 1884 actually, to 2011. The blue is -2 Celsius, like white is average, and then when you get towards yellow and red, as the years go by, 83, 84, 85, 88, 90, 95, 96, 2000, whatever, you get towards the red, which is 2 degrees higher across the surface of the Earth, except, as I like to point out, over here in California, right around here, the whole west coast of the United States, we don't see the effect. So just because we don't see the effect, remember, it's a global average, and climate change is really getting more and more significant away from where we live. Although, keeping your real estate along the coast here is probably going to be pretty valuable because it's just going to stay nicer here. We're just so fortunate in California. All right, that's the end of part 2.